Sometime on February 24th, 1836, William Barrett Travis sat down at a quiet spot in the Alamo and wrote one of history's most remarkable messages. To the people of Texas and all Americans in the world, fellow citizens and compatriots, I am besieged by 1,000 or more of the Mexicans under Santa Anna. I have sustained a continual bombardment and cannonade for 24 hours and have not lost a man. The enemy has demanded a surrender at discretion. Otherwise, the garrison is to be put to the sword if the fort is taken. I have answered their demand with a cannon shot, and our flag still waves so proudly from the wall. I shall never surrender or retreat. Then I call on you in the name of liberty or patriotism, of everything dear to the American character, to come to our aid with all dispatch. The enemy is receiving reinforcements daily and will no doubt increase to 3,000 or 4,000 in 4 to 5 days. If this call is neglected, I am determined to sustain myself as long as possible and die like a soldier who never forgets what is due to his own honor and that of his country. Victory or death.
Those are the words of Colonel Travis. You know who he is, a famous Alamo individual. My name is Jeff Flinn with the Boerne Star, here for the Boerne Brew with the Boerne Radio, and Baron Wiley lets us come in every Saturday, 103.9 FM. The reading you just heard there gives me chills. It just gives me chills. You know, when you hear it, I'm sure it wasn't Colonel Travis, but somebody really hit it, really nailed it. I've got Rusty Busby here, I've got Sandy Johnston here. Sandy's with the Historical Commission, Rusty's with the Kendall County Alamo Letter Society. Welcome in, guys. Thank you for coming in. Tell me a little bit what's going on, how we're getting from point A to point Z. I use the A to Z, the whole alphabet, not A to B.
Thank you very much. Back in March of 2025, I was at a Alamo symposium sponsored by the Alamo Historical Society. A gentleman by the name of Bill McNutt made a presentation to the group, and he told a story about having visited the Alamo with his family. He has a daughter. She was 13 at the time, in the 7th grade. And as they were looking at the bronze plaque of the Travis letter, she said, "Why aren't these plaques with this famous letter all over Texas?" And so the Alamo Letter Society was born from the mouth of a 13-year-old Texas patriot. The Alamo Letter Society idea is to create a bronze plaque exactly like the one that's in front of the Alamo, to be placed in each of the 254 counties in Texas. Their mission statement is to educate current and future Texans about their forefathers' armed struggle for freedom and liberty through the placement of a large bronze plaque containing Colonel William Barrett Travis's Alamo victory or death letter in all 254 counties.
Rusty, how many counties already have them? How many counties already have something up the plaque or the monument, and are most of them around courthouses or parks, or how's that work?
They are all at courthouses, either inside or outside on the grounds. Kendall County was the 39th county to start taking part. Now there are 51 counties that have completed or are scheduled for completion to get the letters placed at their courthouses. February 24th is the actual date that the letter was written by Travis, and we thought initially we were going to try to do our ceremony on that date, but got pushed back, so we decided to have the kickoff on February 24th. And fundraising, right. Yes. And then we'll do the actual ceremony, a dedication ceremony, on April 21st, San Jacinto Day, which we thought was certainly an appropriate day.
There we go. That's it. From the Alamo to San Jacinto.
There you go. It runs the whole gamut.
Yep. Sandy, tell us a little bit about your involvement. Tell us how the Historical Commission came into play, and when a piece of history comes into town, how monumental that is for you guys.
Some folks from the Alamo Society came and talked to the Kendall County Historical Commission and asked us if we would help participate in it. And of course, we we wholeheartedly wanted to back it. We also donated as a group to the goal of this. And then because I got involved, now I'm on the Alamo Letter Society group. And so I also volunteer at the Kendall County Historical Jail Museum. So we're using that 501c3 to funnel the money through so that people who want a tax deduction can do that too. But yeah, anytime there's historical events going on in Kendall County, typically the commission gets involved in it. And we definitely 100% back this. We think it's a great thing. And we're glad to be part of the 50 that's, going to be committed to doing this.
Right. Rusty, you guys started the fundraising the 24th.
Right.
Tell me what you guys have to raise, how it's progressed since then and where we are in that process. It's only 3 weeks away.
Yeah, it's getting close. We've raised over $4,000 to this point. That's in addition to the $4,500 that our county judge, Shane Steil, donated to actually cast the monument. And so we that'll give us a little over 9,000. We still need a couple more thousand, so we're still out there hawking for money.
Folks, if you want to be a part of this, you want to be a part of history, you want to be a part of the ceremony on April 21st, if you want to help make that happen, Rusty, how do they contact you? How do they get money to you guys, to Sandy and you all?
Okay, we did thankfully go through the Friends of the Kendall County Historic Jail, because they are a 501c3 corporation, and they can, in fact, then issue receipts for donations, which will give you a tax deduction. So the checks need to be made out to the Friends of the Kendall County Historic Jail. They can be mailed to me at 127 Busby Road, Boerne. You can call me at 830-285-5397.
Tell us a little bit about what you plan to do, and you've got a special visitor coming April 21st. This blows my mind.
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a rundown about how the program is shaping up at this point. The plaque will be placed between the old jail and the old courthouse.
Okay.
The ceremony itself I think we're probably going to set up all the chairs in the street, which will be closed for the ceremony. And we're going to start off at high noon with the cannon shot, which we thought was certainly appropriate.
Right.
And then we'll have the presentation of the colors. Brady Constantine with the county is going to railroad that. We'll have an invocation by the Reverend J. George of St. Helena's Episcopal Church. And we have an interesting fellow who's going to sing the Texas anthem, Texas, Our Texas. And that is Brian Vaughn, the constable of Precinct 4.
Wow.
Everybody said, "Can Brian sing?" And he really can. That is such a stirring song anyway, and
right.
He'll do a good job at it. We've got school children involved. We're going to have a Texas history student actually lead us in the Texas Pledge of Allegiance, and there will be several groups that will be at the ceremony. We have a man named Taylor Millard who is with the Alamo Letter Society. He'll give a little background about the society. Judge Steil will make some comments. And then we have reading of the Travis letter will be done by Errol Flannery. He's the fourth great-grandson of Davy Crockett.
Fourth great-grandson.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. And as we've been working on this, I've had several people come up and say, well, I had some relatives that were in the Alamo. And one of the things we've done on our donation campaign, since it's the 190th year of the letter, we purchased a replica of the Travis letter, which is framed, and we're going to give that in a raffle. If you donate $190 or more, you get to be entered in the raffle.
Oh, cool.
And so, of course, we'll take any amounts that anybody wants to donate. But the lady we're going to try to get to draw the names of the winner is a lady whose great-grandfather came to the Alamo with Davy Crockett. And as we go through this, I'm hearing more stories, and we'll try to call everybody's attention to those people that were there.
Folks, my name's Jeff Flinn. I'm the managing editor of the Boerne Star newspaper. We're here at the Boerne Brew on Boerne Radio 103.9 FM. We thank Roland Reese here and Baron Wiley for making this happen for us. We come in and talk about things happening in our area, talk to people that are making news, and point you in the right directions for events coming up. We have one coming up April 21st. It's the Alamo Letter Society. If you caught the beginning of the show, we had just a terrific reading of the Colonel Travis letter to the rest of Texas. saying, get your butts down here and help us, which we know didn't happen. I think, there were 30 people from Gonzales, right?
Yes.
30 individuals from Gonzales answered the call.
Yeah, and they were waiting on several more, 100 or so, 200 more, but they never did get to leave Goliad, and they got killed after that at the massacre.
Yeah. The Alamo Letter Society is going to be placing a plaque. The plaque came from a young girl's visit to the Alamo.
Right. Her father made a presentation to the Alamo Symposium, which I was in attendance 2 years ago, and she was 13 at the time and in the 7th grade, and as they viewed the replica of the letter, this thing is 2 feet wide and 3 feet tall, and it weighs 203 pounds. So the original of it's in front of the Alamo and the grass there. And as this family viewed this, the girl said, golly, Daddy, why don't we have these all over the state? And so that was the birth of the Alamo Letter Society.
So something's happening in every county in Texas.
We're working on it. Right now there's 39, Kendall County was the 39th county, and there are currently 51 counties that have either completed the installation of the letter or have it prepared.
I got Sandy Johnston here. She's from the Kendall County Historical Commission.
Yeah, so the Alamo Letter Society came to the Historical Commission to ask us to help participate, to donate, toward the plaque, which we readily accepted and went forth and are helping raise money for that as well. I personally wrote a check for $190 and asked everybody else to do the same thing. So now, because I work with the Kendall County Historical Jail, we worked with the Alamo Letter Society to get them to have the people make the donations through the jail. Since we're a 501c3, the people a tax deduction if they need that. And so got my hands in a little bit of everything. So I'm helping there to help raise money for that as well. If people want to stop by the jail on Saturday to bring a check for Rusty, I'm gladly will accept those to get those to Rusty. But yeah, the Kendall County Historical Commission is 100% in behind this, and we're thrilled to know that we're part of the 51 that have agreed to do this letter, and I sure hope all the other counties in Texas do this. It's really important to do that, I think, to remember history and just realize how important that is.
We so appreciate Sandy's involvement, and as a matter of fact, when she started getting involved, we said, look, we're just going to put you on the committee.
Yeah, so I'm on another committee.
Yeah. Usually that happens when you don't go to the meeting. You don't show up, you get appointed, but that's good. Rusty, tell us about that day. The Travis letter was written February 24th, 1836.
That's it.
February 24th is the day that the Kendall County Alamo Letter Society began their fundraising campaign to get this done.
Right.
Rusty, how much money do you have to get, and how much people get your pen and paper ready, get your tablet ready, get that little notepad on your phone pulled up, because we're going to give you some numbers and places you can be. So your $190 can donate to this thing, and there is a possible win for you if you do the 190.
Absolutely.
Ahead,
we'll take any donations. If you don't want to give us $190, we'll take whatever you want to give.
So us journalists can give you $1.90
Exactly.
if that works? Okay.
Or $19.
$19.
Anyway, we came up with the $190 donation because it is the 190th year, and we purchased a replica of the Travis letter, which is framed, and so we decided to have a drawing, and whoever donates $190 or more their name will be put in the till for the drawing. So we'll do that at the time of the ceremony.
Except for Judge Steil, right?
Yeah, well,
Sorry, Judge.
Yeah, we've all put money into it, and we've got to talking. We ought not to put our own name in there, because if we win, it's going to look bad. But anyway, if you can make a donation, we certainly love it. You can make it out to the Friends of the Kendall County Historic Jail, and you can mail it to me at 127 Busby Road, Boerne, Texas. It's easy when you live on the road that has your last name. You don't have to remember too many things.
There you go.
And my phone number is 830-285-5397.
Write that down, folks. 830-285-5397.
5397.
5397.
And I'll come pick it up if you want me to. Save you a stamp. Or you can take it to Sandy at the jail.
And Sandy's there today.
That sounded really bad.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say in the jail. I said at the jail.
At the jail museum, you can drop them off. And come see the jail museum.
Yeah, come today, 10 to 4,
Exactly.
right? 10 to 4?
10 to 4.
Tour the jail. Take a look at it if you've never seen it. It's interesting. It's a piece of history.
Yeah, a lot of good Kendall County history there.
That jail served for 99 years.
Yeah.
People are just blown away when they find out how long it was still in effect. So,
how many buildings serve the public for 99 years anymore?
Not many.
Not many at all. So, Rusty, let's talk about the fundraising campaign, how much you have raised to date and how much you need to go.
We've raised, including the cost of the plaque itself, which was $4,500 that Judge Steil donated, we've raised $4,400 in addition to that. Now, we've contracted with Garza Company to build the limestone foundation for the plaque, and then all the other expenses we have to put on the dedication ceremony. We probably need another couple of $1,000. So
Okay.
we'll take it in whatever amount you want to make. But if you want to get in on the drawing, give $190.
Yeah, I don't want to scare people away and think you get 190 or nothing. You know,
correct.
No.
We'll take $1 or $5.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You got a classroom out there somewhere, Mom, and you got a classroom. You're a teacher, and you look at your parents and say, "That'd be great to have that plaque up on the wall there." And you do a little fundraiser for your team, or if you got a group here, you got Circle K, or you got the Denny's, and you like to have that plaque up there, and your employees raise $190. You don't feel like it has to be $190 or anything. You
That's
can,
right.
and even if you want to give $20 and sit in a chair out here on the street on April 21st at the ceremony, feel free to do that.
You bet. And we want everybody to try to attend the ceremony. It's going to be a real event. We're talking about blasting off a cannon at high noon to start the ceremony. And Commissioner Chapman is on our committee. And he just got his windows replaced in the old courthouse, and he said, please don't aim the cannon toward my new windows.
But there's a special guest. You're going to have people in period costume.
Yes.
For the 1830s, and tell us about a special guest that's going to be here. This blows my mind.
This is cool. Errol Flannery.
I thought you were going to say Errol Flynn.
Yeah.
Well,
it's spelled the same.
Yeah, there you go.
He is the fourth great-grandson of Davy Crockett.
Wow.
And he has appeared in several of these dedication ceremonies in costume, and he reads the letter, and he reads it very well, and he'll be reading it at the dedication ceremony here.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Sandy, tell me about when you heard that reading. We started the thing with it sends a chill. You
get goosebumps when you hear that. Yeah.
Tell us what this means for the Historical Commission. What you guys, when you wrap your arms around a project like this, how it evolves and revolves for you guys.
Sure. Anytime anything happens historical in Kendall County, whenever you can get a group of organizations and different people together as one common goal to keep history, to preserve history, it's just what the commission is about. And we're super excited to be a part of this, and it's great for all these kids, and especially these history teachers, to encourage these kids to come and partake in it. I mean, at a time in society right now, it's nothing wrong with being patriotic and just loving your state and your county and the people you live with, and it's a way for us all to get together and just appreciate what other people did for us, And we have such a great group in the commission and the Alamo Letter Society people. It's just the love of history and wanting to preserve it.
What would it take to get the young girl here?
Which young girl?
The daughter.
The McNutt, is that the family name? What would it take? What would it take to get the young girl here? What's her? Sloane? Is that her first name?
Sloane is her name.
Sloane. Right.
S-L-O-N-E.
This all started by a 13-year-old girl. Isn't awesome? Saw this thing and said, "Why isn't this letter everywhere?" Because the state of Texas was born here.
Yeah.
Born on this spot.
I'm not sure we'd be able to get her, but I'll put in a request.
Yeah. Say, hey, we'll put the family up at the Kendall Inn. Sure. Somebody around here will front some money, put her her and her family in the Kendall Inn for the night and have them come over for the day? That'd be awesome. Have her right here.
It's so neat that we've got a bunch of young kids that are going to come. I even heard from the school at St. Helena's Episcopal School. They're going to walk the kids down here for that day.
Yeah, right.
That's great to have the youngsters being involved in it.
My name's Jeff Flinn, managing editor of the Boerne Star. This is the Boerne Brew. Thanks for tuning in. We're winding down today. We've got members of the Alamo Letter Society. The voices you hear today, one's Rusty Busby, that's the male voice, and Sandy Johnston, that's not the male voice. Sandy, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
She's with the Kendall County Historical Commission. Randy's with the Kendall County Alamo Letter Society. What they're doing, we're raising money to put a plaque, the famous Travis letter, put it at the courthouse, or between the old courthouse and the jail, in a ceremony on April 21st at noon, to replicate in all 254 counties. Every county in the state is trying to have one of these. And it all started when a 13-year-old girl saw the plaque at the Alamo and said, why isn't this everywhere? And finally, it's going to happen for us. Sandy, tell us about when this word got to the Historical Commission, when they came to you guys and said, we need some help because we need a 501c3 to help back.
Yeah, so they came to us to ask us to be involved, to see if we would commit to giving some money. And of course, we wholeheartedly agreed to donate some money toward the project and asking us to help raise awareness and to help them make this happen. And because I serve on the Historical Jail Museum Committee as well, or that board, we are the 501c3 that we were able to funnel the money through for this project. And because the plaque is going to be right there by the jail, it just makes sense to involve them too. So I've got my hands in a lot of little things, so it kind of just brought it all together. But
because what doesn't make sense is the months and months and months they'd have to spend trying to get their 501c3.
Right. Well, and then, just anything that happens history-wise in the county, the Historical Commission is always tries to be involved in as much as they can. And we were certainly happy to hear that this was going to happen. And we were really excited to hear that Rusty was bringing that with Bride and Moon and Paul Barwick, and we were just happy to be a part of it.
And folks, donations, any amount will be made available. It's 190th anniversary, 190th year. In 10 years, we'll have a 200-year anniversary at the site, but 190th is April 21st. That's the San Jacinto Day. So they're doing a special 190. If you give $190 or more, Rusty, what can they win?
They can win a framed replica of the Travis letter. Okay. It also has some coins on it. It's really a neat deal. So if you give $190 or more, your name is placed in the kitty, and then we'll have a drawing toward the end of the ceremony and announce who the winner is.
Okay.
You don't need to be present to win. But we want everybody to be present and make this a big, big show.
Right. That's San Antonio Street, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's going to be blocked. The other road to San Antonio, right to the Alamo.
That's right.
We're gonna do it up that day. That's a Tuesday, April 21st. Rusty, let's run through those addresses and phone numbers for people that want to give. Get your paper, pen, you get your notepad out on your phone. This is where you go. This is what you do.
Any and all donations are graciously accepted. If you give $190 or more, then you get to be in the drawing for the framed Texas Travis letter. You can make the checks out to Friends of the Kendall County Historic Jail.
Friends of the Kendall County Historic Jail.
Right. Okay. And you can deliver them to the historic jail, or you can mail them to me at 127 Busby Road, Boerne, or you can call me at 830-285-5397, and I will come pick the check up.
Okay. Well, folks, listen, thanks a lot for joining us today. Get out and find out what's going on with the Alamo Letter Society. If you want to do that today, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Sandy Johnston, who's sitting right across from here.
You can come see me at the historical jail.
Right. Come and tour the jail, talk to her about the jail, talk to her. She can tell you everything about the Alamo Letter Society, and she can get you fired up for that. Rusty, thanks for coming in.
Jeff, thank you. Thank you for having us, Jeff.
No problem.
Roland, thank you too.
Hey, folks, have a great day out there. I think it's supposed to be 80, 81 today, which is fantastic. Thanks a lot. Hey, enjoy your time.
Thank you.
God bless, folks.
God bless.
Bye-bye.